Whispers of new life. The early morning light spilled through the bedroom window, painting the walls with soft gold. Outside, the world stirred lazily, but inside their home, an electric anticipation filled the air. Nathan sat on the edge of the bed, his hands trembling slightly as he reached for his wife's fingers. Emily's face, damp with exhaustion, glowed with something deeper than mere relief. She radiated the warmth of creation itself. The weight of new life had settled deep in her bones. Her body had ached under the strain, her feet swollen, her back tight with discomfort. Sleep became elusive, stolen by restless nights and the ceaseless movements of the baby within her. There were moments of silent frustration, tears shed in the quiet darkness when the exhaustion felt unbearable. Love had always filled this house, but never had it been tested, stretched, and reborn as it had in the months leading up to this day. Emily had carried this pregnancy with a devotion that both terrified and inspired her. The pain, the nausea, the bone-deep exhaustion, it had become her constant companion. There were nights she clutched the sheets, breathless with discomfort, as the baby kicked with relentless energy inside her. And there were mornings when Nathan knelt before her, pressing kisses to her belly, whispering to their unborn child, his voice a lullaby wrapped in promise. Then came the final hours, the crescendo of every sleepless night, every aching muscle, every tear shed in frustration and love. The contractions gripped her with an unrelenting force, pulling her into a storm she could neither fight nor escape. The hospital room blurred in and out of focus. Pain clawed at her spine, fire seared through her veins, and yet she pushed forward, her body waging a battle between suffering and creation. Nathan never left her side. His hands trembled as he wiped sweat from her forehead, whispering words of encouragement, his own eyes brimming with unshed tears. "You're almost there, Emmy. Just a little more, my love." And then, silence. A sharp cry, a sound that shattered every ounce of pain and exhaustion in the room. Emily gasped, her body collapsing into the sheets, tears flowing freely down her face as the nurse placed the newborn against her chest. The weight of their child, slick with new life, pressed into her skin, and in that moment, every second of suffering became worth it. Nestled against her chest, wrapped in a blanket softer than clouds, was the newest piece of their love story. A child, their child, a perfect, tiny thing with lips like rose petals and fingers that curled instinctively around his father's pinky. Nathan exhaled shakily, a quiet laugh escaping him as a tear streaked down his face. He hadn't even realized he was crying. The house, once merely bricks and wood, seemed to exhale with them, as if it too had been holding its breath for this moment. The walls, which had witnessed late-night whispers and early morning kisses, now bore the weight of something profound, the arrival of new life. Emily watched Nathan with a knowing smile. She had seen this before, the way he unraveled at the sight of their children, the way his love expanded beyond the confines of his body, overflowing into the space around them. This was their third child, yet the magic never faded. If anything, it grew, weaving itself into their home like an invisible thread that held everything together. In the nursery, two small figures stirred, their little feet padding across the floor as they peeked into their parents' room. Wide-eyed and full of wonder, they tiptoed closer, their excitement barely contained. "Is that our baby?" Lily whispered, her voice almost reverent. Nathan chuckled, beckoning them closer. "Come meet your brother." The moment the children laid eyes on the newborn, a hush settled over them. It was as if they understood, in some unspoken way, that they were witnessing something sacred. Their mother's love, their father's devotion, and now, the delicate thread of siblinghood being woven into their hearts. Outside, the morning unfolded with the quiet promise of a new beginning. Birds sang in celebration, the wind carried a soft lullaby, and inside, Within the walls of a home that had witnessed love in all its forms, the echoes of laughter and whispered names welcomed a new soul into the world. This was joy, pure, unfiltered, and endless. Thank you very much for watching.